Welcome back to the deciding map between Lyn and Lucifer. Still the winner bracket semi-finals. And as I said at the end of the last video, the winner of this one will go to the winner bracket final against Focus. Loser will face Hanf actually in our very next best of 3. But at first, let's take a look at this map. Lyn again spawning as Orc, of course, on the left hand side. Altar, Burrow, Barracks for him, so same build as previously. And Lucifer again is not going for a Fiend build, despite the previous victory with a Fiend build. So we're gonna see a DK. This is going to be a shop here, I guess. Yeah, we're going to see a DK, Crypt, DK, Ghouls, and perhaps some Fiends eventually later on, but early on it's going to be Ghouls. So perhaps he's still trusting that strategy over his Fiend strategy here on Echo Isles against a pretty strong opponent, obviously. Lyn, on the other hand, I mean, this early on, there's really no deviation that can be expected out of any Orc player. Blade Master, of course, is his hero of choice against the DK. And yeah, second Ziggurat is coming here, so this isn't going to be any kind of late Fiend stuff, anything like that. It's going to be just Ghouls early on. And we'll see what the Death Knight is going to choose to do once he comes out of the altar. You know, if it's going to be early harassment, if it's going to be straight creeping with the Ghouls, if it's going to be straight creeping just with his rod. A lot of options early on for him. Perhaps the less predictable playstyle compared to this Fiend stuff. Blade Master starts creeping. Death Knight focuses on chasing away this Scout P, and it looks like with the rod and only one Ghoul, he's going to start creeping, getting that mana regeneration running immediately on his DK. The Blade Master in the meantime finding a Circlet of Nobility. Great item for him, of course. DK with the Tome of Intelligence. Yeah, also one of the best he could have hoped for. And I guess this time, we're gonna see Lucifer starting with a timely tech, sending back that low HP Ghoul. Lyn can continue creeping here, can get a level 2 if he wants to, and head to the Goblin Merchant afterwards. Yeah, or just creep out this one Null Brood. Looks like he's sending the first Grunt to do some scouting here very early on. Doesn't seem like this is, you know, preparing some crazy creeping. Maybe he just wants to make sure that the Death Knight didn't get the boots here at first, and therefore that the time he spends with his Blade Master right now, heading down here, getting the boots for himself, isn't going to be wasted. Then again, it's not 19 o'clock yet, so this Grunt here, this one wouldn't have seen the DK anyway, so maybe this is just, you know, to check for some very unconventional, very crazy creep routes. I mean, after all, this is very easy to creep with a couple of Ghouls due to the medium armor of these Forestro Berserkers, and it's not unheard of that undeads have done that quite quickly. And just as I said, maybe that's exactly going to be what Lucifer is shooting for, going down here with 4 Ghouls, 1 Skeleton and his Death Knight. The Blade Master is already past here. He did get the boots already, so this could actually go unscouted. No XP tome here for the Blade Master. Another Ghoul is coming, and these Grunts are totally on the wrong track. So yeah, Lucifer could actually get away with this entirely for free, which would be quite a success. A lot of XP and one of these camps, which is usually not one to take for the undead, as the Orc tends to get map control in the mid game, and you know, this usually is one of the camps that he ends up taking, but not in this case. Lucifer's getting it, getting the Sentry Wards, immediately pulling them down here. Heals off on the Blade Master gets cancelled. At least in return, the Blade Master should be aware that one of the Sentry Wards is here. Oh, and I think he misclicked. He just called the Blade Master and not the Ghoul. And the Blade Master didn't even take damage of it because he was just running out of this Sentry Ward's range. Second Sentry Ward immediately placed down there in the middle. Maybe a little bit too quick with that one. Now he doesn't have, I mean, he's got some great vision down here, of course, with the 2 sentry wards, but other than that, not all too much. So yeah, Lyn continues chasing the ghouls. So far he hasn't been able to kill any, but he's been able to deal plenty of damage, and this Blade Master is really proving to be very, very annoying. The last ghoul, yeah, he still has one more coil, but he doesn't get it in time. Backstab hits. This ghoul should really be saved here by Lucifer. And he does so. So 1 ghoul lost, and almost a surround on the Death Knight, but he's able to squeeze out. 1 ghoul loss is definitely worth it for the big camp there in the middle. XP wise, they're pretty much even. Blade Master, yeah, soon to be level 3. So is the Death Knight. Tier 2 has already finished for Lucifer. He's going for a very quick tier 3 tech. In the meantime, in the Orc base, TC second and a Beastry. So that really seems to be the to-go approach here on tier 2 for Lyn. And so far, except for the one map against Lucifer previously, it has worked out for him. Ghouls are heading out again. Immediately the first one has to be called. He's trying to go for a surround on one of these grunts. So far he hasn't been able to get one though. Blade Master just continues doing more and more damage to his Death Knight. Now the grunt is surrounded. And is he able to back him out? Lucifer is doing a very good job with his ghouls here. With his ghouls here. Just spreading the surround open a little bit, not far enough for the grunt to be able to get out, but far enough for both the Blade Master and the grunt to fit into the surround. So the Blade Master couldn't back the grunt out safely, and he eventually decided to fall back and let the grunt go down. So that was a very nice move by Lucifer. Yeah, Blade Master is gonna go ahead and creep the Ogre Matcher here. The Skeleton could actually see that though. Lyn isn't seeing the Skeleton. The Skeleton maybe could have seen that, but I don't think that Lucifer paid attention at that exact moment, because that wasn't seen on the minimap. Only if Lucifer actually had his screen there, which I doubt. So TC starts creeping in the meantime. He's gonna get another item here. He's going for the very, very quick expansion here on tier 2. Currently, Lucifer doesn't really have the means to go out on the map with just a bunch of ghouls and fight this TC. So that might be a strong choice here by Lyn. First Fiend is out as well. First Statue is going to be out in just a second. So Lucifer is transitioning into a more solid tier 2 army. Scout Skeleton isn't getting down there. He knows now, due to the Ring of Protection +2, that this has been crept. And he scouts it with the Skeleton anyways. But does he have the means to do anything about this? He's tier 3, I guess the Lich is gonna get the Orb. Is he getting Frenzy? He's getting Frenzy right now. He's getting Destroyer upgrade right now, so I guess we could be looking at a timing push against this expansion in maybe like a minute or so. Guess Lucifer doesn't need to rush anything. Wow, is he just gonna be forced to use his Town Portal here? No, actually he ensnared the Kobold Tunneler with the Raider. So yeah, this Lich can creep some more. He needs to wait for his upgrades to finish anyways. And the expansion hasn't finished yet anyways, so Lucifer is not in a rush to immediately push here. The Death Knight is falling back all the way across the map. The TC in the meantime is finding Claws of Attack +9. Of course, I mean this Blade Master only has +2 damage. That is not sufficient, and it will be changed as soon as the BM and the TC cross paths again. The slowed ghoul here should be a safe kill for the Orc. Other than that, there shouldn't really be all too much that Lyn should be able to pick off. Lucifer just continues heading across the map here. The Death Knight did pick up the Orb in the meantime, did pick up another Rod of Necromancy. So it looks like Lucifer might be getting ready. Level 3 to TC, not quite level 3. And these raiders really need to pay attention to not get killed all too quickly against the ghouls and their normal attack damage. TC lands a perfect stomp here. The first ghoul is already about to fall. Frost armor used on him. The raiders are coming in from the bottom again. First Kodo is joining the Orc army now, as well as the first headhunter. The next stomp is hitting decently. 3-4 ghouls, very low HP, and all of them are falling. And all of a sudden, Lucifer's entire momentum seems to be gone. Just 2 well-placed stomps combined with the damage output of this Blade Master, of the few ranged units and of the grunts, and all of a sudden, yeah, Lyn seems to be in a very good position here. Level 3 in the meantime on the TC, the Blade Master. Is he going for the Death Knight? I guess he could be doing that, just forcing a Town Hall, just winning some time. But he decides to ensnare a Fiend instead. Going for that with the TC, not with the Blade Master. Some strange focus firing. Lyn is closing the Surrounder with a bunch of skeletons, and he's actually forced to Town Portal out. Lucifer, of course, closing the Surround here. So there was some nice micro there in the end by the Undead player. But I mean, he lost so many units. He lost pretty much all of his ghouls, as far as I can tell. And that really leaves him with his 2 heroes and a Fiend and 2 statues. And how is he ever supposed to break this expansion? Lyn is still at 50 supply. Didn't lose all too much there. Another ghoul will be devoured in just a second. TC continues creeping. Blade Master with an invul potion and a heal potion. Lucifer, another 2 statues soon to be out. Building some more ghouls actually. So not going for a pure ranged army here. But I mean, he knows the clock is ticking, and he knows that that fight previously should have been more successful, way more successful. And now he's gonna have to try and make do with what he's got. Currently the Blade Master is a bit out of position. Let's see if Lucifer can make anything happen. Due to that, he's going for the first Headhunter, getting the kill here, but at the same time his first Destroyer is taking a huge load of damage already. Lich level 3, a Blade Master is now coming in, and I guess he's going to be able to go for the Destroyer now finally with the sufficient damage output. Stomp hits the Death Knight. Grunt even survives here, and the Death Knight is the one who's forced to Town Portal out. 2 Grunts actually surviving here with barely any hit points. 8 HP and 8 HP as well. And at the end of the day, well, there's a TP gone and there's a Destroyer gone. And Lyn banking at 49 supply. He's gotta know that all he has to do is hold his expansion against one more push maybe. So I guess there's not really too big a reason to bank further here, and therefore he's breaking into low upkeep right now. Getting a Headhunter and another Kodo. Upgrade wise, by the way, 1-1 on the melee units and no attack upgrade for the range units. Lucifer morphing more and more statues here. He's gonna get to about 50 supply here with this push. And Lyn now is retreating. It looks like he wants to get into a decent position here in front of his expansion. I mean, he'd love to have a fight in this wide open area where his Kodos, where his Headhunters can hit nicely, where the TC has a lot of space to move, to land the perfect stomps, and so on and so on. No choke points, no forest to micro air units. Nothing of that sort would be the dream for Lyn. Not adding any more upgrades. Another Headhunter just spawned, and it looks like we're gonna see the fight happening here. The Kodo's a little bit far in the back. Lyn is repositioning here. The TC micro to the front right now. The first Raider is going to be picked off. There isn't really all too much to stomp here. Silenced by the Dark Ranger third, hitting pretty nicely. Immo potion used here by the TC just to get rid of the silence. 2 heroes are being affected here by the stomp. The Dark Ranger is getting quite a beating here immediately. Stomp hitting very nicely, and the backstab is getting rid of Lucifer's third hero. And so much piercing damage output is now available against these Destroyers. And what is Lyn? What can Lyn really do to lose this game at this point? I mean, losing the Blade Master would probably not even be enough anymore. 2 Destroyers left in the air. Blade Master is pulling back a little. The TC doesn't have any more mana. The next Destroyer is getting killed. Only 1 left standing, but the Lich is actually the next target. Coil, yeah, heals him up a little bit, but not all too much. As you can see, Lich is being taken down. Another Raider gets coiled down. Lucifer, by the way, didn't bring a Town Portal here, so this is definitely do or die. And in this case, didn't end successfully for the Undead player. So Lyn takes a third map here, going for the quick tier 2 expansion. Lucifer did get a decent early game, but I guess it just happened to be a terrible fight that he took near the Merc camp at the bottom of the map. And while he got a nice round in there against the Blade Master of Lyn in the end, it wasn't nearly enough to really apply any pressure anymore against Lyn's expansion. I mean, he lost all of his ghouls and he killed very, very few units of Lyn. And then, you know, having the bigger army and the expansion to back it up was easily enough for Lyn to take this one. So he's moving on to the winner bracket final against Focus, which means that we're definitely going to have one Korean orc, at least one Korean orc, at the finals of the Intel Extreme Masters Season 2, where, you know, the winner of Lyn against Focus is going to face, you know, the likes of Happy, Grubby, Todd, and so on. And for now, we're going to leave the winner bracket though. We're going to continue with the lower bracket at first with Lucifer's very next game. That's going to be against Hanf. And afterwards with Caesarea against Nilgnarf. Afterwards, by the way, the winner out of those two best of threes. And then we're going to go back into the winner bracket and look at Lyn against Focus. But yeah, for now, the next one is going to be Lucifer against Hanf. Night Elf versus Undead this time. I hope you'll check that out. I hope you did check this one out in its entirety. And I hope you liked it. Take care. Till next time. Bye.